We are live, I think. So let me get the chat up here. How do I do that again? What? What? They changed it on me. Docs. Chat. There we go. Nope, they didn't change it on me. User doesn't know what he's doing. So hopefully you can hear me here. We are going to announce the giveaway. Well, it's too late to sign up now. I got all the names in a bowl, which is in the house. It's convenient. But we'll wait 15 minutes. 15 minutes to do the drawing, and then yeah. So if you're watching this live stream after the fact and you want to skip all this discussion, I'd want to know if you want or not. Just skip ahead to 15 minutes, and then we will. That's when we're going to announce it. I just want to kind of let people filter through, come in, and or filter in and start hanging out. So give everybody a chance to show up. So hey, Josh and Jules, I remember putting your guys' name in the bowl. Anna Wingard, member. Anna's a member of the channel. Thank you for supporting Anna. I appreciate that. I have to give you guys extra content, and I'm not sure what to do. You, Anna, I thought about just taking video and pictures of my family and sharing it with you guys, with their permission, of course, if they allow that. I don't know if they would. But Anna, you already know them inside and out, so it wouldn't be something new to you because you know them in real life. Hey, Dora from California, how are you? Anna Wilson, Green Hubs, how are you, Green Hubs? Need a trooper cam during intermission? Yeah, we might be able to do that. I'll have to run in and grab the bowl, and maybe when I do that, I'll just put a trooper cam on. He's right there, right? So right there, just mellow. Me and him went running this morning. I don't know if he's just lazy or tired. We only ran a mile. He shouldn't be tired. Delicate Dove, hello from Connecticut. How are you? Hey, farm wife. So there's Tracy Benna. Thank you for being a member. You and Anna both have the one kerosene lantern. Is that 2 months? 3 months? 4 months? Oh, I'll have to look again. I forgot what my little icons mean. Yeah, I see firewood back in there. Yep. So this stuff right here, helped my buddy cut a tree down. This is still green. The stuff over here is dry. Can't point there. Is dry. I need more. But I did clean up this area. A little bit, and still need to clean up behind that little fence. And added some stuff. We had the shed behind you. I had a dirt floor in it, so this past week I put a concrete floor in so that we can use it to cook. I'll turn you guys around. You should be able to see that. Let me see. Yep. So concrete floor in that shed. I put a window in, a door on its side for a window. My wife loves using the Blackstone. And then, of course, we have our fire pit. I had a little bit of leftover concrete, so I just buried some posts and put a table on there. I just all scrap laying around. One of the garden beds out here, one of those 2x12, it was 12 feet long, or 2x6 by 12s, was bowed, a complete rainbow shape, and it looked awkward. It was lifting up the ends of the garden bed. So what I did was replaced it, and then I took that 12-foot 2x6 and just cut a tabletop out of it, kind of curved. And this will kind of separate from our storage of trash back here. Projects waiting to happen. So now I spent all that time setting up the camera. Now it's probably, now we're good. Yeah, we're good. Oh, trooper cam. Gotta get a trooper in there. There we go. Yep, trooper cam. So, we are not cooking tonight, but I will be eating some deer burgers later. I made them the other night over the open fire. I've been doing that. We've been getting some nice weather, so I've been cooking out here a lot. Just steaks over the fire. Tonight, the other night I made some deer burgers, and they are just not fat. They're not fatty at all, and I need more fat. So I made them over the fire. They were good, just not enough fat. So we're going to make them in a pan with tons of butter to add the fat in. And then so yeah, hey Crafty Jackie, California too, Dora. You guys are in California. The part that's underwater. You got to be kidding me. We're turning into a desert around here. I'm telling you, we haven't gotten rain or much rain in a very long time. Just like the farm wife mentions here, we need rain very badly. We do. You see my wife walking by back there? You see our 15-passenger van? I'm trying to drum up some business, some Amish hauls this summer. So, yep, we are. Hey, Tracy, from Bonnie, Scotland. How are you? Whoa, Scotland. Wouldn't that be fantastic? You guys have the best instrument there is, the bagpipes. Can't get enough of those. So Tracy says we're supposed to get rain in Pittsburgh tomorrow. I think we're supposed to get some here. We'll see. That weather thing changes quite a bit, the weather app. Tell me about Scotland, man. I would love to go over there and see the old world. Scotland, Switzerland, Austria, maybe Germany. So UK's having over 30 degrees Celsius. Incredible. Is that kind of weird for that? I mean, I don't know what the weather patterns are over there. Is that odd? Oh, we got bear cam. Big old chubby bear. His hair isn't growing back after we shaved it last year. And he's old, very old. Used to be a very handsome young fella. So did you dig the dirt out and then pour the concrete? So all I did was I didn't even really dig the dirt out. I just, some to flatten it. And then I did a dry pour. I just bought 13 bags of concrete, poured it all in there, and then made it as flat as I could and wetted it down. It is a thing. When I took this front form off, it looked solid and cured. So we'll see. I don't know if I would do it if something needed a sputter smooth finish or if heavy vehicles were driving over it. But it's just, grills and us. Concrete's got a 4,000 per square inch strength. 4,000 pounds per square inch strength. If you even cut that in half, it's plenty for us. We'd have to eat a lot of Rise and Roll donuts and Essenhouse rolls to get up to 2,000 pounds. So yeah, dry pour. Josh Julia's huge trooper fan. Yeah, he's a cool dog. We like him. Except when he barks at people. So hello from New Jersey. Hey, New Jersey. There's another state I want to visit. I've been through it a little bit, but I would like to visit the mountains in New Jersey. Is that where the whites are? Or is that New Hampshire, Vermont? I don't know. Angela Papa, we are below average for rain in New Jersey. Finally a smoke-free day. Beautiful beach weather too. 30 minutes from the ocean. Oh, nice. Yeah, a lot of Canadian smoke coming down here, isn't there? Trooper's such a... Oh, Trooper, they want to pinch your cheeks, buddy. Yeah. You want to show them how you play with your new tether ball? Here in a minute. our crops, gardens, yards, etc. need rain. I know the yards are turning brown, and in June it shouldn't happen. Maybe in August, but not June. So 13 bags of concrete. Okay, so cement must be a lot more cheaper. I paid like $5.13 before taxes per bag. Does it cost more in California? Yeah, Quickcrete, just Quickcrete, normal concrete, 5.13, 5 something a bag. I don't know. Which dog do I like best? I can't tell you. They're both listening. Let me rephrase that. I can't tell you. Which dog do I like best? I can't tell you. Bear's within earshot. No, I like old Bear. He was my dog. He was my, God sent him as a companion when I needed a companion. And 11 minutes in. So he's been with me for a long time. Definitely an angel. Well, I mean, literally, I don't know, but definitely somebody I needed through my desert experience. But he's old and he's getting kind of grumpy and annoying, kind of like some old people do. They get cranky and demanding, and I don't know. But so Trooper has become my new pal. He is always eager to go places with me. Like my heart sinks every time I got to leave the house without him, because that look on his face it hurts. But yeah, me and him, we go running. He enjoys it. Hi from Willoughby Hills, Ohio. I'm not sure where that's at. You have to name a big city and then give me directions from there. So Tracy Moore, I love the bagpipes. We're having hot weather now, and it's great. We enjoy it while we can. Scotland's so beautiful, lots of history and castles, and very friendly. That sounds awesome. I'm not sure about the kilts though. Are you good with the kilt, the men wearing kilts, or is that's probably something that's just normal? But our local hardware here, a guy started wearing kilts, and we're just not used to it, Nothing wrong with it. We're just not used to it. Hopefully he's not wearing it trying to be feminine, but not too obviously feminine. I don't know. Maybe he's Scottish. But yeah, we're just not used to it. Do they still wear a lot of kilts out there? Is that something normal, or is that kind of odd when you see it as well? I don't care what they wear. If they're playing bagpipes, I'm in. So everything costs more in California. Yep. Hi from Berlin, Ohio. Hey, JM. Berlin, Ohio. I love that little town. I want to take my wife someday. Boyd and Worthman. Great place to eat. It's the local joint, not or it used to not be your typical tourist attraction restaurant. It was the local joint where the locals ate. Is that still so, JM? So you need to throw some ground pork with the venison. That really helps. Yeah, I think you're right, Crafty Jackie. I think I'm going to do that. It's the first time I had venison burger. So I just got it I just thawed it out and just made some patties. But I think you're right. I think I'm going to add some pork in there. Because we have that dog. He keeps stealing the sticks off of my neatly stacked pile over here. You guys can't see it. And just takes him out to the yard, and then he comes grabs another one. Bear is my favorite dog. So, yeah, pork. Pork next time. Do you know, the Crafty Jackie, what ratio? How much pork do I add to the venison burger? Ground venison, I should call it. So JM says that's my favorite breakfast spot. Yep, we were out there a couple times when we were in Rumspringa, and we were told that's where to go. And we would go, and there's some cute Amish girls working there. Probably still is, but a little out of that's my past. That's no longer in my life. How do I digging a hole here? Yeah, no longer interested in that. You have Rise and Roll in Valparaiso, Indiana? Crafty Jack. Are you serious? They had one. They have one down there. Don't give in. Don't get addicted. Kilts are only worn at special occasions like weddings. Hardly anyone owns one. Usually hired for occasion. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know if that was still a thing. But good to know. I don't know. It just looks a little odd. Just mostly probably because we're not used to it. You know, I like how some people think women have to wear dresses. Don't get me wrong. I love when women wear dresses. I love seeing women wear dresses. I think they look more feminine and elegant, and there's something nicer about it. But when people I grew up with say that, oh, women have to wear dresses, they always have, and now all of a sudden they're wearing pants and it's wrong and it's not biblical, and well, wrong because in Jesus' time the men were wearing robes, which was very similar to dresses. So men shouldn't be wearing pants according to that logic. But yes, women wear dresses because you want to, not because you have to. Matthew Carlson, love everybody, bless everybody. I don't believe in limiting family size. The Schwarzenegger Amish are the only ones that I know that practice that, like falling off a log. That's me in the old order. That's awesome. Hey, we're 17 minutes in. Sorry, I apologize. We need to get to the drawing. So, and then I'll catch up on the chat. I have a story to tell you guys, though. Speaking of Schwarzentroopers, my mind was blown this week. Let me get Trooper's camera, or get the camera on Trooper for your entertainment. Let me see. Let me tilt that up a little bit. Trippy. There you go, guys. He'll go till he's completely wore out. What's up, buddy? Are you bored already? Huh? Are you bored already? This isn't food. I think it kind of makes him mad at times. It was so easy to set up. I just took a 2x4, extended it out from underneath that roof, and tied a tether ball to it. Tracy Benna, you want a she shed? What he wants is the string, and he can't get it half the time, and it makes him mad. He'll get the whole ball down sometime. Oh, there he goes. That has made him bleed. All right, Chippy, let's take it down. I know you're having fun. What happened, huh? Did the ball go away? Ball go away? Where are we at? Bear's over here laying in, at the chainsaw out. Bear's over here laying in, it's not food, Trooper, all the chips. just gathering up all the chips with his long hair. That's what he does when he's out here, just collects dirt and then takes it all inside the house. So, okay, sorry guys, now we're already 20 minutes in. That's 5 minutes after I said that we'll do the drawing. I don't know if I can correct that after the fact, but so why don't we draw. Miranda was supposed to be here to do this with me, but she ended up going to a birthday party, which she thinks is more important. Let's draw for the two people who are just getting the cookbook first, and then we'll go for the big one, or the one that gets everything else. And then we'll catch up on chat. So the two people, the first person getting the cookbook is, I wrote all you guys' names, wrote all the names down here, 100 and some names, and folded all these pieces of paper by myself. And let me tell you, some of you guys need to shorten your names. Good grief. There's some long ones. All right, so if you are one of the winners, email me and let me know your name, your YouTube channel name, and then this is my email, I think. Why is that not showing up? Okay, nope, that is my website. So let me pull this up here. There you go. Email me there with your name and your address. And then I should have, yeah. And then we will send this to you. No charge, obviously. So if the first one getting the cookbook is, the first person getting the cookbook is Dora Arellano here. Oh, can you read that? Probably not. Camera's too far away. So I think you're here in the chat, Dora. Did I just see you in the chat? Cookbook. Put that in my pocket so I don't forget it. And then, so the second person getting a cookbook is Gene Bowman. Gene Bowman, I don't know if you're in the chat, but you're the second person getting the cookbook. I think I was thinking I saw Dora in the chat. Maybe not. Disney, I remember your name. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's why I remember it. But so here's for the cookbook, the kids' clothes, the soap, the spices, and all that. Oh, Karen English. Was that you that? No, you wanted the grand prize, wasn't it? Which one of you? One of the Karen said they don't cook, so they don't. If the cook, I can pass on the cookbook, but they wanted the other stuff. So, Karen English, you are the winner of it all, the big one. So yeah, for you guys who won, so Karen English, Dora, and Gene Bowman. Email me at the Amish Potato 1. Don't forget that 1. Hate that I have to put it in there, but don't forget that 1 and at gmail.com. And then I will email me your address and we will send that out to you. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, for being here. I really do appreciate it. And definitely you guys, members, monthly members. Tracy Benna, yeah, I know Chef David D. Hosteller, you're at the washing machine level. I saw a washing machine next to yours, but. All right, there you go. I'll get those out as soon as I can. I don't know if Karen English is in the chat. So let me back up here. We have a few rise and rolls in northwest Indiana now. Oh, okay, so the rise and rolls must be spreading. That's interesting. So Kara in English, by the way, you are the winner of the belt as well. So you need to go to my website. Don't purchase. Just look at all the options. Pick the options: the belt color, the buckle color, and the belt size. And then let me know if you want it the buckle removable or not. And email me that information. That is, unless you want a dog collar, either the belt or the dog collar. You choose. And just let me know what sizes and stuff you want. My ex-husband got married to his wife in Scotland in a kilt. Very interesting. Huh. I always associate a kilt with a group of men. Yeah, it is. It's just really skirtish looking when you actually see it. Good afternoon, Andrew Donnelly. You are Scottish? No kidding. So you are Scottish. Do you wear the kilt? Yeah, see, Trooper. He's just stretched out now. Are you tired, buddy? Bagpipes terrified the opposition? How so? Kilts used to be worn in battle, and the bagpipes terrified the opposition. Man, I would have just surrendered to the sound of them. Not in terror, but because I want to listen to more. In hot countries, they wear robes and dresses because it's cooler than pants. But yeah, I can see that. Interesting. Interesting. Tracy says, I want a she shed. Well, they cost money, but there you go. Wow, I would figure, I'm not sure my dog would love something like that. Yeah, Delicate Dove. Set it up. It's really easy. Order yourself the tether balls are a little thicker, so they can handle more abuse. Just order one and put it on a pole or just hang it off of somewhere. I had to put wood slats along that metal because it kept slapping against there and probably annoying the neighbors. He was doing that while I was trying to get ready for concrete, and it was loud on the inside. So yeah, I stopped and put some wood up there so he can continue to play. No problem, Josh and Jules. I'm glad you guys enjoy them. So, most fun I had with the ball fetching dog as a kid was trying a tennis ball to the line on a fishing pole. Oh, that would be interesting, tying a tennis ball to a fishing pole line. The Margaret Porkalob, what a grand idea for the dogs. Yeah, I wish I could say I came up with it, but I didn't. My wife saw a TikTok video or something, or a short or something, and we decided to run with it. I've done it with roast and made pulled venison. I say about a third of it is pork. Okay, that's good to know. Third pork. I gotta remember that. Chef David Hostetler has a washing machine. Birthday parties are always a priority. I know. Unfortunately, there's a ton of them. Seems like she's not even living here. She's over at her friend's house all the time. There's a family in church. They have, how many girls? 7 kids, 6 girls? I can't remember. The father, a really cool guy, is from Tonga. So he looks like that movie. I can't think of the movie. He looks like a Hawaiian, big guy. He works out. He owns a gym, actually. So they have a row of girls, and Miranda, they just get along really well. And Simi, their only son, has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Simi. If you're listening, probably aren't, but happy birthday. Turning 9, I believe. He's going to be a hard one to contain. He's full of energy. So what you see, I heard about your belts from Josh. If shit happens, yep, Josh is a great guy. Josh is a great guy. Cool videos too. Josh, it's no longer Shed Happens. It's Life with Josh and Sarah. I think so. But yeah, YouTube creators. I am Facebook friends with Karen. She came from your area. She did, didn't she, Daniel? Yep. Maybe she already has a cookbook. But I don't think she lives here anymore. And she was either I can't remember now, Karen, I apologize. Raised Amish or Mennonite. Can't remember. So, Tracy Bennett says, I've been thinking about taking out a loan and getting a custom built she shed. I want a wood shed with windows. Yeah. Well, there you go. I don't know about the loan part, but yeah. And flower boxes. You guys always have to have the flower boxes. That's a good thing. So my wife is asking if I'm going to start fire for dinner. I'm not, honey. We're going to make it inside the house or on the burner out here. When we use a stove in the house, it's so small, it just heats up the whole house. And then we have one little window AC trying to cool it down. So cooking, that's why I've been setting up this outside area. It's because cooking in the summer out here is way more efficient. I like how this camera just makes my face red, pink. Excuse me, that wasn't very appropriate. Upper level with storage. You're dreaming. You want me to build it for you? I don't know how much it would cost. You're getting kind of fancy there, Tracy. But I'll build it for you if you're close by. So actually, I heard about you from Josh now that I think of it. Yeah. So, yep, Josh has plugged me in the channel. You would have to take out a loan. I think if you can save up the money, it'd be better. I know it's years in the future, but man, loans, they're just turn you into a slave. JD says, found your channel through Eli Yoder. Yeah, he's a great guy too. Where did that go? Really enjoy your channel. Oh, thank you, JD. Yep, I like Eli Yoder. We've done videos together, I think 2 of them. The first one was great. The second one, I was a little tired from driving all day. Hanging a rug or sheet, it will muffle the sound. Yeah, we could have done that. I hung some wood, but it's good now, so that would have been a good idea. CJ, you have so much more energy than you did earlier in your announcement of this video. Keep rocking that Amish hairline. Oh, I know. It's getting bad. It's getting really bad. My wife doesn't like it. I'm just going to shave it, I think. Yeah, I was tired earlier today. I'm still tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Let's see, hang with Dad or my fun friends. I'm not sure what you're saying, Andrew. Let's see, hang with Dad or my fun friends. Huh. What you see is Josh and Sarah and love their content. Yeah, they got great content. They got some inside views of some Schwarzenegger Amish homes. Grow up. The name of my bus stop was Yoder's Bend. Our dirt roads didn't have names, but our bus stop did. Interesting. Yeah, so Karen does. She lives out of state now, so yep. You got through Eli as well. Wonder where Josh and Jules, where did you guys see it? Was it one of the videos we did together, or did you, I don't know, yeah. I don't watch all of his stuff. He puts out a lot of content. And honestly, it's kind of, well, no, his stuff is interesting because of the way they grew up. They grew up completely different than us. This bugs me. Yeah. So, yeah, very interesting. But, yeah, I told you guys I had kind of a mind-blowing thing happen this week. I still can't believe it went down. But, so somebody contacted me about writing a book, helping write a book. about the Amish ways, mostly gardening and how they live, how they get water and all that stuff. And so I decided, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like, I'll help them out. There's a little bit of pay that comes along with it. And so, but the problem is what they're wanting is that the book is going to be geared towards survival. Like, if like for people who at some point may need to grow their own food and not have electricity and all that stuff. How do the Amish do it that way they can survive easier and prepare for that? Gary F. want that cookbook for my wife. Which one is it, and where in Shipshewana can we get it? So these can be bought at E&S Sales. E&S Sales, the store that everybody shops at. There's three of them. This is the first one. Then there's volume 2 and 3. But yeah, it's my sister's mom and sister say this is the best overall cookbook. Amish cookbook. So yeah, I figured I would help them, but the problem is I come from a more modern Amish community. So if the grid goes down or something like that, they're going to run out of gasoline, which is going to give them problems. Then they won't have the tools to do their gardening like they do with tillers and all that stuff. East of here, about 45 minutes east of here, close to Montgomery, Michigan, where some of the Kinderhook, is it Kinderhook? I don't know. Some of the other small towns south of Coldwater, there is a very, very strict Amish community. They are so strict that they are not allowed to have ice boxes even. No running water, no gas engines. I think the only time they use a gas engine is a tractor and a threshing machine to do their wheat. And that's a shared thing in the community. But I've driven through this community a couple times, and I noticed the windmills. Every place had a windmill, so I figured, well, not allowed to have gas engines. They got to pump by hand or by wind. So anyway, I decided, well, to write this book, those are the true people who are going to survive without modern conveniences because they already are surviving without them. So I drove out there and I just pulled into one of the first farms I saw. The sons were out, a couple sons were out there, and the dad. So I just pulled in and told them what I'm doing. I told them, hey, I'm helping write a book on the way the Amish do things, so that if there ever comes a time that more people have to live like this, they can be prepared for it and know how. And they welcomed me in with open arms. I was shocked. They welcomed me in and let me take pictures. I don't have any of the pictures ready to go up, but they'll be shared in the book. And they were excited to show me everything. They were really excited. They showed me their gardens. They showed me their all the equipment. They showed me, the wood stoves and the water tanks they used to heat the water with, and how the windmill worked. And those Amish there all have a tractor axle that is laying on its side with one wheel on, the other one taken off, and a horse walks in a circle and spins this tractor axle, which then has a rod going into a building. For them, they were running a table saw to build furniture, and they can also add a belt to their windpipe. If the wind's not blowing, they can pump water like that. I think maybe some of them wash clothes with that horsepower. Very cool. Just tractor rear ends is what they're using. No running water. But yeah, they invited me into the house, let me take pictures of their wood stoves. They had a summer kitchen. They were in the process of making egg noodles. Very cool. They had a couple of the daughter-in-laws were over helping, and showed me their pantry. It's insane. It was insane. I kind of felt guilty because had they known I was raised Amish in a different community, they probably wouldn't have let me in. So I kind of felt a little bit of guilt for not being completely honest, but I wasn't completely open with him. So I don't know. Maybe I should go back and apologize for that. I did. I paid him for his time. I mean, he made about $30 an hour, and I was there for an hour and a half, something like that. And then I went and grabbed some ice cream because they can't have refrigerators, so they can't have freezers, so they probably never have ice cream unless they go out to eat, and which is probably rare. So I ran to Dollar General, picked up some ice cream bars, and took them back, like 30 of them. Very, very interesting. The biggest takeaway I took from that was, and I want to live. I want to live like that. I really, I want to just ditch it all and live like that, because the biggest takeaway was they were all at home. They were all working at home. There was a couple sons at home that could have been old enough to go out and work for construction guys or something. They weren't. The dad was at home. And isn't that the way to do life? You know, now all the dads leave and go work elsewhere, and the moms stay at home with the kids. If the mom stays at home with the kids, most of these moms are working as well, and the kids are being not raised by the parents. And yeah, and it's just, I think if you rewind 200-300 years ago, most people were living that way, and they were doing little things on their homestead or their farms just to make enough money to get by. These people didn't have a lot of money. They weren't wealthy, but when it came to family, super wealthy. They have what most of us don't have, and that's working together. Now, I know strict communities like that. I'm sure there's tons of sex abuse going on. The kids aren't being educated and all that, and it's oppressive because they're being forced to live like that. I don't agree with that. But can you imagine if a community of people chose to live like that, just chose to live like that on their own will, by family? I've said it before, you know, the through hikers, those people who hike 2,400, 2,600 miles in 2,600 miles in a summer from spring to fall, they go through a transformation. Like they go through, like you can go do the research. They are living out of a backpack. They are living on very, very little, only what they can carry, which is just the bare essentials. You know, they're even cutting toothbrushes in half to save weight. And they go through a transformation, and they come out of that hike, that summer, that fall, just appalled at how the world is so wasteful and so materialistic. How little you can live by yet. We make such a big deal out of everything. And we go work 40 hours a week in jobs that we hate to pay for all these conveniences that we don't need in the first place. Would we not all be better off to have a lot less, work a little bit harder, but work at home next to your kids, next to your wife? It's a dream I have. What? How is it that in 2023 we're dreaming of living simpler and not dreaming of fishing boats and jet skis? Yeah, that was my biggest takeaway, was that they still have something that most people had 200-300 years ago, and I'm jealous. Now, I'm not jealous of all the oppression that, because of the church being involved in what they can and can't have, and probably the abuse that happens that stays hidden, because I'm sure it's heavier in those areas than it is in the community where I'm at. Why is everything red? That's a reflection of my orange camera tripod. So you follow Eli for a while and then went back to the video interview he did with you. Yep. Yeah, that was fun. You need to do one again. We're just both so busy. It's trying to keep content coming out and having full-time jobs and having families and volunteering. I can't imagine being him. He's a preacher too. He travels around and talks to churches. How's he? Is the audio is not clipping, by the way? Is it kind of late to ask that? But my daughter's name is Olivia. Olivia has become a popular name. Yep, yep. We have a young lady at church named Olivia. So now I come over to enjoy the CJ Trooper show. Well, I'm glad. Thank you, Trooper, for getting me some views. Maybe I just need to have a live stream going 24/7 with you on it. Yeah, I should definitely videotape his stretch coming off of the bed every morning. His front paws come down to the ground, and his back paws are still on the bed, and his butt needs to go as high in the air as he can as he stretches his front legs. And yeah, it's kind of adorable. And he has to sleep between me and the wife. Not on one side or the other, between me and the wife. And he's got to be tight next to one of us. It is my wife's dog, but he sleeps with me more often, I think. I think he likes me better. Babes in Toyland and other things. I enjoyed your live stream from last time, but I just had to come back. I'm the one who has to have my ovaries and my fallopian tubes removed. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll be praying for you, babes in Toyland. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully all goes well. Hopefully it's not a serious surgery. So JD, respectfully asking, do all Amish people wear the traditional Amish attire? Yeah, basically. It varies. It varies a little bit from community to community. Some men only have buttons down to here. Others have buttons all the way. Cuff lengths. Here in Indiana, northern Indiana, they don't really care about your cuff lengths. In other communities, they have to be like 3 inches, no shorter, no longer. So yeah, the Amish garb varies slightly from community to community. We can actually kind of tell by the women's dresses and head coverings which community they're coming from, or what type of community they're coming from. So, but for the most part, it's the same. There's really strict Amish communities like the ones I just talked about, and then there's the modern communities like I came from, who are now riding e-bikes and have solar-powered well pumps and all that stuff. And then everybody in between. Where was I going with this? Oh, that even though the rules all vary and the seriousness and of the rules vary from community to community, as far as some communities might think driving a car is a sin and of the devil and it'll take you to hell, while the community I come from does not think that. Let me get rid of this. So, so some of that stuff varies, but the core beliefs of the Amish are all the same. Daniel, I have Amish family in that community, and they are Swiss Amish, and my cousin has furniture shop that's run by horsepower. That's crazy. I noticed their language was, don't tattle on me, Daniel Yoder. I want to go back. Not to take advantage of them, but they were a really nice family and very welcoming, and I would love to go back some evening or something, just taking some more ice cream or some cold sodas or something. And I know that if they think I come from another community, that they're not going to take it from me. Or that if I was raised Amish, they're not going to take it. So no tattling on me, Daniel Yoder. I'll come hunt you down. So Chef David Host says, that's surprising they let you in. You are a bit slick not telling them you are ex-Amish. I know, Am I in the wrong? Am I wrong for doing that? Am I wrong for doing that? Should I be honest, more open with him? So Tracy says Lancaster County Amish is strict. We have other Amish communities that must not be as big. The Amish that live near me drive and have done work on my former neighbor's house. Yeah. Yep, there's all variants of them. David Hostettler says, you can live like that, but can your family? That's the question. I would like, we watched Pioneer Quest one time, me and my wife and daughter. It's an old reality show where two couples went out into the prairie in Canada with a team of horses and a wagon and supplies that pioneers traveling the Great Plains would have had. And they stuck it out for a year. They each get $100,000. Very interesting show. I encourage you guys to go watch it. My wife watched it and she was like, she wants to try it. But by the way, yeah, hiking, the transformation. So those thru hikers come through a transformation. And I think, and like the show Alone, those people go through, they're out there alone, surviving in the wilderness. They go through something. But I think if we dropped all the technology and could only travel to town once a week or twice a week, that we would benefit greatly from it, very greatly from something like that. And, doing things by hand. Just lots of manual labor. But yeah, I don't know if my wife and kids could do it. My kid definitely wouldn't want to. Miranda wouldn't want to, but I think my wife would be up for the challenge. Doing it forever. The problem with doing something like that is it's human nature, especially for us Caucasians or whatever, to always try to make things better and easier in our lives. So you could ditch all the modern stuff, start living like that, but from the get-go, you'd be starting to change things up and build things to make things easier for you. So, how soon would it take till you're back to cell phones and TVs? I don't know. Thank you, Nita, for letting me know the audio is good. So we have a small Amish community, Clarion County. They build she sheds. Well, there you go. There you go. Get your she shed from them. There's a she shed. Is that commercial? What was that commercial? Margaret says, I would love to live strictly off-grid like you described. Our farmhouse had no conveniences until 1991, but we did have a tractor and drove trucks for marketing our crops. We were a mixed farm. So, yeah, I think that's fine too. If I would do that, I'd still keep a vehicle because I don't want to do horses. Me and horses don't get along. And, I don't want to feed them. So if power went down that we couldn't get gas, we just need to have another form of getting places, getting to town, which would be maybe walking or bicycles. Not a big deal. People did it a long time ago. But yeah, if somebody chooses to farm with a tractor, I think that's fine. Just somewhere you got to draw the line where, like if I had a truck instead of, I'd have to somehow, I don't know how, keep myself from going to town every day. Just once a week, we go to town, do our shopping, come home with the pickup or the car or whatever, and then not use it again. And if we need to go to town again, just go with a bicycle or walk. I don't know. I know it's even if it's 3, 4, 5 miles, walk. 10-mile walk is good for you. So David Hosteller, we are looking at a house on Fish Lake in White Pigeon tomorrow. Poor troopers were out. Oh, you guys are moving to the area? No kidding. You'll start a restaurant here? You were wanting that cookbook, E&S Sales. If you're in the area, go swing by and pick it up. Don't do it on a Saturday. It's chaotic. There was a line this morning. I stopped in there this morning to drop off some papers, and there was a line waiting for them to open up. Andrew Donnelly, CJ, I always say so that I work at home. I would be happy with that for sure. I know, like, how do we, land is so expensive. How do we make it affordable? You know, sell what we have and go buy something cheaper and start from scratch, living in a shack maybe until we get there. So I think it's the only way out. Just I didn't have a lot of work this week, and so I was working in the backyard, with very little money, $75 for concrete and just some scraps. Uh, I made this place more convenient to cook in and made it look prettier, and without spending a lot of money, just my time. And it's if we're at home all the time, we can do that and just benefit ourselves. But we can't be home all the time. We have to make some kind of income so we can purchase supplies. That's the problem. The Amish are fascinating. These Amish were, maybe the other ones are. My channel might head in a different direction. Originally, I was just going to come out, talk about some of the contradictions between Amish teachings and scripture. And I'll probably still continue to do that some, maybe in shorts, because my target audience was the youth, And I'll definitely keep talking about Amish people if people have questions. But I kind of like my desire is turning towards men, waking men up. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but men need to be woken up. We've been asleep too long. We've been told that we've been softened. The feminist movement hasn't helped a thing, but we can sit here and blame the feminist movement all we want. It's time we get off the couch, get out of those video game situations, or the playing the video games and being lazy and doing something. And I might start getting into that some. Maybe that's the death of the channel. I don't know. I don't care. That's where I'm headed, and because I'm still learning at 40 what it means to be a man, and I had no clue when I was 20, when I should have known, when somebody should have taught me, but nobody, the baby boomers, man. I don't think the baby boomers were even taught properly. Maybe they were, but this idea of go work your whole life in a career in a job that you don't like, just put your 40 hours a week in, get a retirement plan going and all that, and then at 65, 70, you can retire and go vacationing and get Social Security and live the good life, right? That's a death certificate. Forget the retirement. Like, yeah, that's all good and well if you want to do that, but plan on continue to work until you die. Just plan on that. It keeps you young. People who retire and just start sitting on the couch in front of a TV, they die fast because they're intaking all this garbage food, sugars and breads and all this trash and sodas. They think they're entitled to it because that's what they were taught. This is the American dream. I did my time working, so now I'm going to just not do nothing. We'll retire. Well, they die. Stay young. Obviously, you don't need to do the hard jobs as you get older. Start doing easier jobs, but that's a prime opportunity to train in some young men on how to do a trade. No, you don't have to work, but it keeps you younger. Yeah. Eat healthy too. David Hosta says, "Oh, you were wrong for not telling them. It says a lot about your character and integrity that is bothering you." Is that the Holy Spirit trying to tell me that I shouldn't do that? Yeah, I need to. I need to look at that. I tried to make it up for ice cream. True. I was wanting to. I remember Eli talking about how much they loved when some of the neighbors, they were baling hay, making hay, putting up hay, and it was such a treat when somebody swung by with a box of ice cream bars. So I've been planning on doing that forever, for a long time. Sometime I'll just, because it's fun. It's fun gifting people things like that when you know they really appreciate it. So it was a plan to some evening go cruising around out there and just hand out some ice cream anyway. But yeah, I need to take a deep look inside and maybe go tell them the truth. So Karen English, yes, you did win. You won the big one. Just FYI. Yes, your dog's alive, honey. But yeah, Karen English, you did win the big one. Email me at theamishpotato1@gmail.com. Right there. Finished your birthday celebrations. Well, yep. Well, congratulations. Thank you guys all for supporting. Happy B-Day, Karen. Oh, you have a birthday today too, Karen? So Tracy, she sheds are, woman. She shed. Oh, you're explaining what a she shed is. Yeah, I don't know. Why do women need she sheds? Don't they take the whole house, and us guys get kicked to the garage? I'm gonna start questioning that. Yes, honey, troopers, okay. No, I didn't start a fire because I wasn't gonna cook out here over a fire. I'll get the little one burner stove out, make some steaks. So leading by example is the first step in inspiring men. Oh my gosh, 40, you're almost over the hill. I know, I can't. I've already accepted the fact that 40's coming this summer. I'm already 40 in my mind. Yeah, it is, and it's. I think one thing that bugs me is I look at Christian men and I'm disappointed, very, very disappointed. Man, that camera is horrible. And maybe I'm wrong, but we go to churches and, like, not our church now, but the church we used to go to in Idaho, we go to church and we hear the sermon, so we discuss scripture, right? And then we're told to study scripture at home every day. We should. And then we need to join a men's group Bible study, or a men's Bible study. Once in a while we had, once a year we had a men's retreat where we go learn more scripture. And then once a month we would have a men's breakfast where we'd eat breakfast, fellowship, and do a study. Like, being in the Word of God is very important. We need to be doing that, definitely, every morning. But at what point in time are men going to get together and just be men without studies, without scripture? Oftentimes when men are together, because we love God and Jesus and all that, that's kind of where the conversation might end up anyway. But whatever happened to men getting together and being men? Like, why aren't churches teaching these young men how to be men? Like, I'm not talking scripture parts, but how to have the right mindset to be ready to start a family. What about churches start teaching men that look, or young boys that look, when you grow up, you're going to want a wife and you're going to want a family, but you need to start thinking right now how what are you going to do? You're responsible for providing and protecting and spiritually providing for your family, right? You're the leader. You're the head. When are you need to start doing that. You need to start thinking about and start doing the job, saving up money to buy some land and provide a house. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You need to kind of know what path you're going down as far as career. And it's fine if 5 years down the road you decide it's not for you and you want to change, that's fine. You need to, you need to start preparing for the family that you might someday have. Because that is none of us were taught that. We were told to go sow our wild oats until we find the girl of our dreams and then we settle down. That's backwards. But nobody's teaching that. We just constantly keep having studies, and quite frankly, I can only handle so much of Scripture in a day, and then it's just anything else. So I fill myself with. I get up in the morning and I read the Bible, a few chapters, 1 chapter, 4 chapters, whatever it may be, with a cup of coffee. It's good. It's a good start. It's a good plan, right? But then anything else on top of that, Scripture that gets added is just overflowing and running out. Like I can't handle more. So I think churches need to start catering more towards men and what life looks like, real father, husband life looks like outside of church, outside of Scripture. We need to always be, this might sound bad. we need to always be walking in, if we're saved, right? We're walking with the Spirit, with the Christ is in us. He's walking with us. And we need to continue in that, but life's real, man. We got duties down here. It's healthy for men to get together and be a little rough, be a little competitive, to be competitive so that we grow stronger, trying to outdo each other. But that's not the case. Now it's just a bunch of baby boomers that sit at home after they're retired and try to push more Bible studies on us. They're not a great example. They sit in front of that stupid TV and just soak in the world and complain about, our men's studies always turn, or our men's breakfast is always turn. I stopped going because it always turned to Trump or political crap. The stuff that just sucks their energy and they can't do anything about it. They can pray, and we did, and that's fine. But a different person as our leader in this country isn't going to change anything. They're puppets. So, I don't know. There I go on a tangent. I just think churches need to change. I think they need to cater to men more. Or I think they need to cater to men more. They need to start building up men again, teaching them how to be men. And I can do my best, but I don't know if I'm the right guy for it. Nobody else is really doing it, so I will. Wrangler Star might be. Check out Wrangler Star. Oh, not my birthday. 2 grandsons celebration. Thanks. Oh, honey, you got steaks for me. What do you mean? I got to start a fire? You can come start a fire. How long have we been live streaming? 1 hour. Has it only been an hour? Oh, do I need to start a fire? Okay, we'll start a fire. I'm good with steaks, as long as my hamburger doesn't go bad. I'm going to set this. So, we are going to, here, show you how to start a fire. We made these last night, me and Miranda. And plop We melted some petroleum jelly. I'll put a short out. I recorded it, so I'll put a short out. Watch for that. Dip cotton balls in some melted petroleum jelly, Vaseline, and we grab some kindling. This fire is still going from last night, I think. But, yep, still hot. Can you guys see that? There we go. I don't know if you can see the flames. Now we add twigs. Why is that not burning? What's going on here? That's odd. What is wrong with that cotton ball? Ow. Well, try another one. It's never done that. That should do it. So, what were we talking? Why are they going out? Did I put too much petroleum jelly on them? Well, never mind. Never mind the cotton ball idea. It's not working. There we go. Now they're burning. I think I got too much Vaseline on them. Not enough cotton to get them started. Yeah, I think our lives, I think the way things have been done for so long now, for 100 years, maybe not even, yeah, for 100 years maybe. I think it's time that we examine all that and figure something else out, because it's not working. It's not working. Babes in Toyland, I'm turning 59 this November. I feel like ancient grains, LOL. Yeah, just stay moving as much as possible, though. I get it. Some people have pains. If you have arthritis and stuff, look into the carnivore diet. People have been getting relief from elimination diets. But stay moving as much as possible. You know, there's people... I'm off camera. Interesting. He's talking to a fire. Oh, watch your fire. No, that's not. Okay. I apologize. Like Regular Stars says, nothing but the best production here. So, stay moving. I watched this with my grandma. I watched it with Bear. As soon as you start sitting, your muscles start going away. They just deteriorate, and then pretty soon you can't move. You can't move at all. I know it hurts, but get out there and walk every day. Do something. Stay active. Have a garden, a little garden. Whatever you can to stay active and move. You know, I want to look into some Native Americans, but supposedly some of those guys lived 110, 120 years. Diet had a lot to do with it. They didn't have sugar, the poison that we all ingest on a daily basis. But staying active too is key to stay moving. I can tell. I was a truck driver, talking about people. I hear people using the excuses all the time. Well, my back hurts, or my knees, or whatever it may be. But I know, as a truck driver, where I just sat my whole career, I just sat there. My muscles weren't being used. And, you know, then I would come home and I'd be splitting wood or something, and I'd throw my back out. Well, then my back hurt, and I couldn't move for the next couple days or whatever. But why is that? Why is that? It's because my job, I did nothing physical. I just sat. So the more physical job you can do, the better. To keep those muscles working, because when those muscles are strong and fit, and they will help your joints stay where they need to be, you know. The less you do, the weaker your muscles get, the more your joints and stuff is going to be out of place, out of whack. So, here, you guys are getting a health lecture. So when I see people complain about how they hurt and how things aren't good in life and they can't get around and all that, I just think to myself, well, you did it to yourself, because your diet and your active level is horrible. I'm starting to think that I'm starting to think with all these modern conveniences that we've gotten over the last 100 years, that we have shortened our lifespan, because life has just become easier. We no longer have to swing heavy wood splitter, heavy maul to split wood. We no longer have to pull a saw back and forth to cut the wood. We no longer have to plunge laundry when we're washing it. We no longer have to hang it up to dry. We no longer have to build fires to cook. I think we're shortening our lifespan with all these luxuries. And you know what? That Amish community kind of supports that, because when you look at the young men in those communities, they are lean and they are whipped. You can tell. Broad shoulders, narrow hips, lean. They're not overweight, but you can tell they got muscle. It's from working every day. But then the bad part is they ingest a lot of sugar in their cooking. Karen English, didn't you watch the video? You must have watched the video. You commented on it. So you got the main deal, the soaps and the cookbook and the kids' clothes and whatever else was in that package. You'll have to go watch the video to see what you win, I guess. So, Rumspringa is certainly not about doing the right thing. You remember those days, I'm sure. Yep, David Ostetler, I do. Definitely not the right thing to do. My tangents are interesting. I know, if they make sense. I'm not sure they make sense. You watch somebody like Wrangler Star or something like that, and I'm like, man, I fall well short of the mark. Not all the stuff on TV is bad. I mean, we are watching you in it right now. It's about what you watch and what messages live. Yeah, that is a good point. It's just when I talk about, I'm so used to watching YouTube on my phone or laptop. So when I'm thinking TV, I'm thinking like cable. So yeah, there are lots of great YouTube content, clean and healthy learning YouTube content out there. But yeah, when I say TV, I'm thinking like news and just cruddy reality shows that are nonsense. We need a new dock and boathouse if we get that house. That's a hint. Hey, I'm on it. It's in my area. Fawn River handyman. So, Nita, enjoy your dinner later on. Yeah, it looks like I'm having steaks instead of deer burgers, venison burgers. Thank you so much for allowing us to ask questions about the Amish. I have always found it fascinating. However, it's always been kind of a mystery to many of us. Yeah, it is. They are kind of a mysterious people. But, you know, honestly, you guys could probably do the same thing and not feel guilty. By just pull them into random Amish places and start asking them questions. If you're in the area, just start asking them questions about how they do things. And a lot of them, maybe not all of them, you know, they have personalities. A lot of them are willing to share with you. But the one thing you don't do if you want to stay friends with an Amish community, is start asking them about what they believe and compare it to what the Bible says, because they'll shut down hard and fast. It makes them uncomfortable. So as long as you stay away from what their beliefs are and why they do things the way they do, well, you can ask them why they do things, but as long as you stay away from what their beliefs are and then pointing out how it contradicts Scripture, then you're good to go. Just ask them about their life. So yes, especially if you live in the UK. Yeah, I bet it is. Just come over here, Nita, and visit. We'll show you around. I had 3 kids in 5 years. That does number 2. Yeah, I understand that, Lisa. Yep. It does. But stay active. Stay active. You can only do as much as you can, but sitting at home and doing nothing, it just weakens you. It just weakens you. So James Brooksbank says, I remember your name. Yeah, I think Amish have it right to a certain point. Yeah, I think the whole trying to be living off the land as much as possible, working with family, with the kids, with the wife, daily, should be the American dream. Let's make that the new American dream. That is the ideal way to raise families. It has to be done by choice. It should never be part of church rules, living that way though. When you live that type of lifestyle, you depend on each other. You can't just run off and stick your nose in your phone watching something when you and the wife aren't getting along, or the kids can't just hang out in the bedroom watching TV. They have to be out there working, and you start entertaining each other as well. You start hanging out with each other, having fun with each other. Because you have to be creative, because it does get boring. I think it's good to get bored in life. Those kids going to a Walmart, that's huge for them. That's if their parents take them to a Walmart, that's going to be one of the best days of their summer. And how much do kids and we dread going to Walmart now because we're so used to it and so over it. Wouldn't it be good to go back to having simple joys like that? I think so. I think so. If anybody feels led to send me more dried wood, please do so. Contact me at theamishpotato1@gmail.com. I need to go find some to cut somewhere. If Davey's watching the stream, he's going to get mad because he said I can come pick grab more of his wood, but he burns fires too, so we'll leave it at that. So I'm back. I was chatting with 93-year-old mother. That's awesome. What's her secret? Was she active? Was she active as she got older, or did she sit around and is still 93 years old? Oh, so Nita says you visited the Amish in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Cool. So you have been over here. Oh, that smoke. Here, check out Bear. Oh, Bear. You take that into the house? Huh? Aren't you looking just lovely? And then Trooper has taken like the 4th piece of wood. What do you got to say for yourself, huh, Troopy? Huh? What do you got to say for yourself? You see? You see that? Bark, stick, more bark, another log. Do you need them all? You just chew one and it doesn't taste good, so you try another one? Do you know you're in trouble? Huh? Do you know you're in trouble? You want to do left-handed? I don't know if I can throw left-handed. Well, that made your day. Bring it. All right. So these tripods are affordable, but they're not the best. You ever try scooping bacon or man, that fire's hot, or hamburgers off of that grill while it's swinging? It doesn't work. So as soon as we have a little bit more money, we're gonna go invest in a fixed one. So, yep, she's active. She pushes me out of the way when she does the dishes. See, I know. See, that's what it is. They live longer. Maybe we don't want to live longer. I think it's good. Grandparents are good for grandkids sometimes. I'm going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania in August. I heard it's a lot different from years ago. Not sure what to expect. Yeah, I don't know. I know things have changed around Shipshewana, Indiana. I've never actually been to Lancaster. I've been to Holmes County a few times. If you don't have the live stream, your wife's about to bust out of the house. I wish she would. Everybody wants to see her, but she doesn't want. She's kind of camera shy. Yeah. So, man, this fire's hot. Weird how some people live to 100 that drank and smoked. Maybe genetics play a role also. Just a thought. Yeah, I'm sure it does. But I'm beginning to think that drinking and smoking might not be the poison that they think. Everything's blamed on smoking and drinking. But are we sure that's it? Because I think the worst culprit is sugar, carbs. And so many carbs and sugar. The sugar is carbs, but yeah, so much sugar and bread and stuff that we eat. It's unreal how much sugar a person takes. A normal American inhales in a day. And I'm thinking that's it. That's the worst poison we can do. And smoking obviously isn't good for us, and a lot of drinking isn't good for us. Although I think some drinking might be okay, might be healthy, beneficial. No doctor, don't take my advice. But and the reason I say that is when I moved to Idaho, I got into mountain biking, and I smoked at the time. I was a smoker, but I went mountain biking with this group of guys. And I was out of breath. Like we'd pedal up hills 6, 8, 10 miles, and then we'd have a few miles downhill. And I'd get to the top, and I was blue in the face. Of course, I wasn't used to it, but I was still blue in the face and out of breath. And I was like, okay, so smoking. How do you like my fog machine? Does that add nice effect? Yeah. So I was like, okay, smoking's got to go. That's what's doing it. That's why I'm struggling to keep up. So I ditched smoking. I kind of had a conversation with God. I told God that, look, if this is, you have to do it because I can't. I've tried before and I can't. This is on you. If you want me to quit, you got to do it. And yeah, more blown away by how God handled that than I am. Because it is amazing. I finished a few more cigarettes and then that was it. I tried the electronic ones for a little bit and said, this is nonsense, and then never had another cigarette. But I didn't really notice a difference. I did not really notice a difference in my mountain biking. When I quit, I used to drink an energy drink every day, and I'd have sodas, 1 or 2 sodas a day. When I quit drinking those, when I went cold turkey on those, I noticed a huge difference in how I felt. I had more energy, just a big difference. Sugar is the silent killer. And this nonsense about, well, only in moderation. Yeah, that's just making excuses to have some. So when we say only in moderation, that means you should be having maybe birthday cake with frosting on your birthday, and that's all the cakes and frosting you should have all year. Definitely not Rise and Roll donuts and Essen House rolls. However, on my birthday, I might go get an Essen House roll. I've been on carnivore diet now for 4 months, a little over 4 months. Here and there, I've had some berries and I've had some avocados, and I love it. I love it. I eat less. I don't have to eat as much. I don't snack near as much. I just eat twice a day usually. I love how I feel, especially when there's a little bit of berries, a little bit of 10 carbs in there. I love it. I eat less. I go to the bathroom a lot less. It's just I can't really imagine why anybody else would want to eat any different now. Of course, I don't know. Who knows? I might fall off the wagon in a month or two. But for now, it's just it's so simple. It's such a simple way of eating. You just eat steaks in the evening. And you might think it's really expensive, but it's not. It's not really, like, I go buy New York strip for $5, $6 a pound. Just slice it up, put it in the freezer. And then I have eggs and bacon and ham. And I'm guessing if I added it up, it's just as cheap, if not cheaper, than when I ate a normal American diet, which then I was snacking on chips all the time and eating, buying the Twinkies and the candy bars at the store because I was hungry. Not necessary anymore. So, oh, thank you, Nita, for the setup. It's getting better. We're going to add some more things, but it's getting better. The idea is to cook outside a lot, like they used to do back in the day. It's fun too. Steaks are so good on a fire. Have you heard about the fire ban in Michigan? LOL. I haven't. We're in town, so I don't know if it matters here, but it might be up north. I don't know. Where was I going with the sugar thing? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if the smoking is that bad. I don't think it's as bad as they let on. I think it's the high fructose corn syrup that's in everything. That's what's killing Americans. So David Host says, you keep getting down on bread and sugar. Can you give up Amish church peanut butter? Well, I have for now. There goes Trooper with a new stick. Miranda needs something to do. Yeah, that stuff is killer good, but I passed it up. My parents had church a month or two ago, and they sent some home, and I just passed it up. It's hard sometimes. I know it's delicious, but I don't really have the cravings that much. So yeah, it's just I've just kind of had a different mindset. I decided to just change my lifestyle. Like, that's just not part of my life anymore, and I'm just going to do meat, eggs, and cheese. Sugar and highly processed carbs is what I think. LOL. Yep. Yeah, I think if we stuck with meat, veggies, and fruit, not too much fruit, we'd be dialed in. Mostly meat, though. Bigger chunks of meat. There are 20 teaspoons of sugar in Mountain Dew. I know, it's insane. It's insane how Americans just drink it. And the big companies, the people who are selling all this stuff, they're not worried about people's health. They don't care. They just want to sell it. They want you addicted to that sugar. They'll say, well, just moderation, all in moderation. Well, like even the school lunches, the diets they recommend are just trash. The government isn't helping anybody. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine, Space Girl says. That's interesting. I've never been addicted to cocaine, so I can't compare, but sugar is addictive. Good thing that I only drink regular Pepsi. Get off the Pepsi. It's Monster or Pepsi, it doesn't matter. Babes in Toyland. I know, but it's good, isn't it? Babes in Toyland. Yeah. So no veggies? Nope, not yet. When the garden veggies come in, I'll be eating them. But no veggies. Except for, I don't know, I've had some avocados. I like veggies. But yeah, when the garden vegetables come in, I'm going to enjoy some ripe veggies. But I don't eat them. Nope, meat's good. I'm thankful for spices, though. It helps keep the carnivore diet less boring. Please call me Annie. Everyone else does, LOL. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember that. See, it's not in your name, so I'll just forget, Annie. But I'll try. Hamster Eater 699. Very interesting name. I was scribbling that on a little piece of paper for the drawing. I was wondering who you are. Hamster Eater 699. Yeah, you're late. So 20 minutes in, we do the drawing. You weren't one of them, sorry. Do you barbecue in the winter? Probably not. We do use our Blackstone griddle that's in the shed in the wintertime. If I eat sugar, my body craves it. Terribly addictive. It is. It's so addictive. And if I would, on the carnivore diet, I can maybe have. I had cake on Miranda's birthday, and I ate quite a bit while I was cheating anyway, so I might as well make it worthwhile. But yeah, then you got to kind of fight off cravings for a couple days. Nita says I should go to sleep. I'm knackered. It's way past midnight here in the UK. Yeah. Well, good night, Nita, if you're heading to bed. It probably is dark. David Hosteller says, can you give up the occasional haystack? There's a bunch of hidden sugars in there. I know. I did. I gave up on it. My sister had it the other night for family night, and I ate the meat and some cheese. I usually when we're invited to dinner somewhere, I'll eat before I go. I'm sure that meat had some sugar in it. So I had a little bit. Winners have been announced. Wife is finishing up her master's as a dietitian. That's interesting, John. I'm kind of curious what she has to say, because I would say the dietitians are taught wrong in colleges, in schools. Tell her to check out Dr. Ken Berry. Dr. Ken Berry on YouTube, if she's interested in that type of stuff. Yeah, thumbs up, guys. I don't even know how many people are watching. Does it say? I don't think it says here. Doesn't matter. I can't wait for fresh tomatoes from my garden with a little chef's magic. So good. Oh, dude. Andrew, you're hitting a soft spot there. Yeah, tomato sandwiches. Piece of white, pasty white bread with mayonnaise or salad dressing. Miracle Whip, and a thick, nice, juicy slice of tomato with salt and pepper. That is summer food. But I'll just be eating the tomatoes this year. People love Red 40. What's Red 40? Is that natural flavor? Talking about school lunches, I used to work in high school cafeteria. My advice is to not let your child eat that crapola and send them to school with their own lunches. Yep, I would agree. Yep, the suggested food diet that we're supposed to be eating is nonsense. It's trash that the government, the FDA puts out, whatever. It's trash. Good night, Nita. You might try to stay awake. So, Intimidator says Ken Berry has it going on. Yeah, it's interesting. Is he the only doctor pushing the carnivore diet and keto diet? Like, I'm always skeptical. I'm always skeptical with people like that. He pushes the carnivore diet. He's a doctor. He wasn't always, but he's pushing it. Because you can always say that he's doing it for views, for attention, for views, gets paid, right? However, with Dr. Ken Berry, it's not his videos that are so convincing. It's the comments below his videos. Oh, thank you, 37 people. The comments below, don't just watch his videos, but watch the comments below his videos. Just hundreds of people, person after person, saying that, hey, I've been on this elimination diet for 3 months, and I'm no longer on my diabetes pills or whatever that is, or I'm no longer on my, I've done carnivore diet for 6 months. I'm no longer taking depression medication, or I no longer have this pain or that pain, and it's crazy. Like that's not Dr. Ken Berry. That's actual people, people's testimonies, and they have nothing to gain by lying. And there's just hundreds of them. So, yeah, I think it's very interesting. Very interesting. This carnivore diet that has taken off. I love it. Like I said, with maybe berries. I think the carnivore diet with some berries. Maybe a little bit of fruit here. I don't know. Fruit's got a lot of sugar. But berries and maybe a little bit of honey here and there. Natural maple syrup. I don't know. Red 40s and all that gross processed stuff like store-bought pastries and Cheetos, stuff like that tastes good, but definitely not good for you. Yeah, I believe that. So that's what Red 40 is. You got it so good, just like BLT without the bacon. Yeah, Andrew, I know. It was so good. So people that eat vegan look much older than their age. I agree. I would not suggest a vegan diet. I don't think there's enough food source there. The idea that you need fiber is not true. You don't need fiber. You just waste a lot. Like when you eat the plants, there's so much of the plants that just aren't used and come out of you. With meat, a lot more gets used and less comes out. I know that sounds disgusting, but it's just how it is. But yeah, people that eat vegan often look older, I agree. And then there's the people who do carnivore that I would say look younger oftentimes. I love my mom's bread pudding, but it's very high in carbs. I bet it is. That's probably not good for you. I'm nodding off, but I'm forcing to stay with you. Yeah, I got to sign off. We got to get to cooking. This fire is getting close to being ready, so we got to go get our steaks ready. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. I need to look at the camera, not this thing. I'll get it figured out someday. Thank you guys for your support. You, David Hostetler, Anna, Tracy Dunn, you guys are all members. I appreciate that. I will have to think, what do you guys want to see? Let me know here in the next couple minutes what you guys want to see, members only stuff. Members only. If there's only a few of you, it wouldn't be a problem getting video at some of our family events and sharing it with the members. But then if there's more and more, that might be too public for them. So yeah, now I faked you guys out. Just listening from my members. Is popcorn okay to eat? I have cheated once or twice with popcorn. It is not, but I don't know if that's the worst thing. I don't know if that's the worst thing. Popcorn is fun with the movie or something. And yes, I do watch movies. I know I dog on TV, but every once in a while, me and Miranda will sit down and watch a healthy movie. So thank you, Intimidator. Take to work with you. I might have to. It's just very inefficient. Very inefficient. I do have a video I got to put together of a planter box I built for my sister. That's going into the editor soon. Yeah, depending on what it is, like moving cameras around. Just doing, are you maybe just live for the members? Yeah, I'll have to think on that. It's just usually I'm trying to get things done as quickly as I can so I can go home. But maybe that's what I got to do. Maybe that's what I got to do. I'll think on that. Every day it changes. I'm working for an Amish guy Tuesday. I'll just set up the camera and go for it. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for the support. Without you guys, this wouldn't be. So I still might do a flat earth video, a separate one some other day of the week when I get a chance, if anybody's interested. And then, yeah, you can maybe learn or come argue with me. Or, yeah. Anyway. Oh, you just post pictures. Yeah, I could do that. That's easy enough. I just keep forgetting. I don't think, so that's the thing. Like, I don't see how my life would be that interesting, but it might be. So maybe we'll just do that. I need to, yeah, post pictures or short little video clips as I go about our day. Because I need to give you guys something extra. Just haven't figured out what. Yeah. All right. Catch you guys later. CJ, the Amish Potato. See you next time. Yeah. Here's the chat.